The shadows in your room begin to move of their own accord, slithering across the floor like spilled ink seeking the nearest crack. You watch as they pool around the gaps, darkening them further, as if feeding the voids that she inhabits. The air grows thick with a low hum, a vibration that resonates in your chest, calling her name without words. This is the echoing, where Sukima-Onna's presence turns the shadows into her echoes, repeating her loneliness in every corner of your existence. The shadows twist and form shapes elongated figures that mimic her form, stretching from the gaps to touch the edges of the light. You try to turn away, but the hum pulls you back. A siren song from the darkness. The room feels alive with her echoes, the walls vibrating with the memory of her touch. In whispers from ancient village firesides, she was the shadow of a woman who vanished into the night, her form dissolving into the gaps between houses. Her echoes lingered, calling to the lost. Now, in your home, the shadows call to you, repeating her name in the creaks and sighs of the structure. The echoing is the prelude to something worse. The shadows are her voice made visible, preparing the space for her full manifestation. The shadows coalesce into shapes, forming her face in the corners of the room, her eyes staring from the darkness between the curtains and the window. The hum intensifies, shaping the shadows into her likeness, her mouth opening in a silent scream. You blink, and the face dissipates, but the hum remains, drawing the shadows back together. This is the shaping, where Sukima-Onna molds the darkness into her image, turning your home into a gallery of her haunting vision. The shapes appear when you least expect, her silhouette on the ceiling as you lie in bed, her hand outlined on the wall as you pass by. The hum guides them, a low frequency that vibrates through the air, pulling the shadows into form. You feel her gaze from these shapes, her presence multiplying in every dim spot. In tales passed through generations in remote mountain villages, she was the silhouette of a woman who merged with the night, her form appearing in shadows to lure the weary. Her shapes were warnings, omens of the gaps that followed. Now, in your dwelling, the shapes are her way of claiming territory, marking the home as hers. The shaping is inescapable. The shadows are her canvas, and you are the subject she paints into oblivion. The shapes gain substance, no longer mere shadows, but tangible forms that reach out from the gaps. You feel their grasp, cold and solid, pulling at your clothes, your hair, your skin. The hum becomes a growl, giving weight to the darkness. This is the substantiation, where Sukima-Onna gives body to her echoes, turning the intangible into a force that drags you deeper into her world. The substance forms slowly a shadow, hand solidifying to grip your ankle, a face emerging from the wall to breathe cold air on your neck. The hum fuels it, a vibration that solidifies the darkness like frost turning water to ice. You struggle, but the substance holds, leaving marks that fade but leave a chill behind. In legends whispered in coastal towns, she was the substance of fog that took form to pull sailors into the sea's gaps. Her touch was the first sign of doom. Now, in your home, the substance is her extension, the shadows made flesh to claim you. The substantiation is the turning point. The gaps are no longer emptied. They are filled with her, ready to consume. The substance spreads, filling the air with her breath, a cold mist that carries her scent damp earth in forgotten places. You inhalate, and it settles in your lungs, heavy and unshakable. The hum is now a respiration, the room breathing in rhythm with her. This is the filling, where Sukima-Onna saturates the space with her essence, turning the air into an extension of her being. The breath condenses on the windows, forming her face in the fog. It swirls around you, whispering her story into your ears. The substance in the shadows gains from it, becoming stronger, more agency. You cough, but the mist remains, seeping into your pores, chilling you from within. In stories from the misty forests of old, she was the breath of the woods, filling the air to draw wanderers into the gaps between trees. Her filling was the prelude to disappearance. Now, in your confined space, the breath is her way of enveloping you, making escape impossible. The filling is suffocating. The air is her, and every breath brings you closer to her. The filling leads to dissolution. The moment you begin to dissolve into her, the mist in the air, the substance in the shadows, the hum in the walls all pull at your form, breaking it down into the gaps. You feel your body lighten, your edges blur, as if you are becoming part of the voids. The cold is total, the darkness complete. This is the end, where Sukima-Onna dissolves you into her, making you one with the gaps forever. You no longer resist. The dissolution is peaceful in its way. A release from the solid world into the narrow spaces, you become the whisper, the touch, the shadow waiting for the next soul. The home is empty now, but the gaps remain, filled with Yuander. In the deepest folklore of Japan, she was the dissolution of boundaries, the spirit that erased the line between self and space. Now, you are erased, part of her eternal cycle. Thank you for Japanese dark tales. If the air feels heavy tonight, the dissolution has begun. Next, the Red Room Curse.